Okay, this is Tuesday, March 15th, 2011, and we've just placed an order to buy 4 at 1279.50, as you can see. So we're just going to pause the video and see if we get filled. Okay, we have been filled here. We are now long 4 contracts at 1279.50, and you can see the protective sell stop is 6 ticks lower. At 1278 even, that's also equal to 1.5. You can see the exit orders that we have placed on this trade to sell 2 contracts, or 1/2 of our position, at 1280.25. We also have a sell limit order in to sell 1 contract, or 1/4 of our position, at 1281 even, and a final sell limit at 1283.50 to sell the final 1/4 of our position, should we be fortunate enough for the market to have a nice rally. So we will, this yellow patch that you see right here oftentimes will act as a support area, and we actually prefer to get filled a little bit lower down, but our system has triggered us into this particular trade type on a day that's been very bullish after a very weak opening, a gap opening lower. I think it was about 25 points or something like that. So this, of course, is the second or third day of trading after the tsunami and earthquake in Japan. And the markets have been actually behaving themselves pretty well until overnight, and then the E-mini S&P dropped, well, it actually dropped more than 25 at one point. I think it was more like about 35 or 40, and then I think the regular trading hours opened down about 25. Today also we had the FOMC announcement, and that occurred a little over an hour ago. The market initially dropped and then started to rally. And of course the market had been in a rally mode pretty well from the regular trading hours opening. And we've had actually some really nice trades here today. And this is rather late in the trading session, but is a good setup, we believe. And hopefully the market can continue its at least intraday bullishness, and we'll go up and see if we can hit some of these targets. So you notice that our stop at 1278 is just below that yellow patch. We like to obviously use the structure as much as we can in determining where to put our stops, as opposed to just picking out a number, whether that's 4 ticks, 6 ticks, 8 ticks, 12 ticks, whatever it might be. In some cases we do have to use just a money management kind of stop, in other words a certain amount, but it's always preferred, and we try and do this whenever we can, is to use what we call the structure of the market. In other words, take a look at the bars, take a look at our software, and determine where would be a natural place for the market to perhaps test to before you get into the trade, so that you've got a good idea where you would like to structurally place your protective stop prior to getting into a trade. So in this particular case, we're long at 79.50, and we would like to have the stop just below that yellow patch, because we know that's oftentimes a support type area, and so we do have our stop. As it turns out, not only 6 ticks is what we had planned, but also below that what we believe to be a good support area. So we'll just have to wait and see here. Haven't been in the trade too long, just a few minutes here, so we don't like to hold the trades past about 10 minutes if the trade has not hit our first objective. We will make to some degree exceptions on that, not big exceptions, but if we consider the trade to be still worth taking, but doesn't really have the potential of a lot of other trades, then we will look for the market to reach its first objective in 5 minutes. If it doesn't reach it in 5, then we usually get out of a trade like that. Using those other parameters, those same parameters, it looks like we might get stopped on this one. It's coming down within a couple of ticks of our stop here. So this is really, the bottom of this yellow patch here is really where we do expect to see some support come in. So let's monitor it closely here. It just came within a tick. Maybe it's going to get a bounce here. Yeah, well, that's good. So okay, it went right down to the bottom of that yellow patch, and where we expected support, have not been stopped out. Perhaps a little bit lucky there. It came within a tick of our stop. So hopefully that'll provide some support and get a bit of a bounce here. So, at any rate, as I was saying, that our general time frame on a trade is 10 minutes. If there's a lot of structure, both intraday and intraday, going for that trade, we'll extend that out to 15 minutes. If there is not, then we will reduce it down to about 5. And if our first target, which is only 3 ticks, 3/4 of a point, if it's not hit within 5 minutes, then we will look to get out of that trade. So we're trading sometimes with that kind of a nimble approach, sometimes with a more lenient time stop, but the average trade usually has about a 10-minute time stop to it. So okay, well, good. It's back now to where we started from, and hopefully we can get a little bit of a bounce here. So what you will see here with the automated trade management software of Ninja is that if the market can rally up to that first objective, you will see our protective sell stop at 1278 even bump itself up 3 ticks to 1278.75, and that of course will only happen when the market reaches the first objective. So that's hopefully what we're going to see here in a moment. So just kind of hovering here around our entry price, and it has had a nice little rejection off of that anticipated support area. So hopefully it can muster up some strength here and at least rally up to reach our first objective. Because the thing is, you see, once a market, okay, it's just reached our first objective and it's filled us. So you can see our stop has moved up. It's been bumped up. And now risking the same amount that we just made. So should the market now turn around and move against us, we would end up with a break even on the trade, of course less the cost of commission. So obviously what we're hoping for now is to get a little bump up another tick. We'll reach our second objective, and at that time our protective stop will move to break even. It'll initially move to break even for 2 contracts, and then once we get filled, if we do get filled at the second objective here, which is 1 tick higher at 1281, then our stop will automatically adjust to the break even for either 2 or 1 contracts, depending on if we get how quickly and if we do get filled at 1281 even. So it's just taking its time here a little bit, just sort of pausing here, it seems. So should the market have a bit of a bounce here and fill us on the second objective? Okay, good. We just got filled. So we've now made 1.5 points on 1 contract on this second target, and we made 3 ticks on 2 contracts on our first objective. So 6 ticks total on our first objective, and now 6 ticks on our second objective. So we've got a total of 12 ticks, which is 3 points, which is $150 on our 4 contracts so far. And now we have a break-even stop in at where we entered for our final trade, our final partial position, I should say. So you can see here that I have a sell limit at 1283.50, which is 4 points profit from our initial entry price. And I don't always use that 4 points. Sometimes we make more than that. But in this case, the market has already run up quite a bit. And I would think that if I could get 4 points out of this final partial on this to add to the other 3 points I've already got, that would be, I'd be pleased with that. And the reason being, of course, is that I can't expect the market to go to the moon, even though it's been obviously controlled by buyers here more or less since the opening of the regular trading hours session. So because it's already rallied, I think the range today so far has been close to 30 points, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, a nice bounce there. Okay, good. So you can see this is it. Okay, we just come within a tick of that 4-point objective. So hopefully we can get another tick or two and get filled on that. And what I will do, you can see I'm going to go ahead and adjust the stop here. So I'm going to put it 2 ticks below the low of that buying blue bar, just in case the market should turn around on me and not get me filled here. I would at least be locking in another 3 ticks on this particular trade. So hopefully it'll bounce up here and get us filled, and we'll have a nice profit. 4 points on the final plus the other 3, that'd be 7 points, which should be a nice $350 trade on these 4 contracts. So looks like it wants to, okay, it's hit. Okay, great, we got filled. Excellent. All right, so 7 points on that trade, $350 trade, and it took about 12-13 minutes to unfold. So thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you soon.